What's up, you guys? Big Bob here. We're in Rosemead, California at the one and only Espinoza Leather. Let's go check them out. Stay tuned. King Life. All right, so we're gonna. I'm just talking to the camera. So this is hopefully just to take one. Here we go. Eric, being in this industry, it's hands-on. Obviously, sublimation, screen printing, all that stuff is done for the most part by machine.
Correct.
But with the hands-on, the blue-collar aspect of it, the physical aspect of it, how do you guys stay driven and keep the guys driven in? Because is this repetitious, or I know every cut's different, every vest is different. How do you guys keep the motivation going?
Simply put, I think it all starts at the top, right? It's a chain of command. And when the owner of the company is coming in every day, and whether the toilet is dirty or there's trash on the floor, they're picking it up and cleaning, it's leading by example. So with that being said, is my dad is probably the hardest working, or one of the hardest working guys here. And in order for us to follow suit, he leads by example. And being that we are hand creating all these garments, it's kind of like, I don't know, when each piece, it's like a work of art. You start a painting, and it's different when you're sewing a garment together, but when it's done, these guys feel accomplished that what they created by hand goes on to somebody. For example, your cut, it's going to go to an operator, and he's going to start it from start to finish, after tailoring, after cutting, and he's going to see it produced, and then later we show him, hey, look, this is how it came out on this guy. Be like, wow, they produce works of art.
I didn't catch that earlier.
Yeah.
I heard it, but I didn't catch it until now when he said the guy who starts it finishes it.
Yeah.
That's a whole different... So he's actually watching that.
He's watching it. He's watching him creating the garment.
Wow.
Piece by piece. So when they get it, it's like a little stack, a bundle. And when they're sewing it together, it's like putting a little puzzle together.
Wow.
But when it's done, it goes on to somebody, right? And a lot of times, in order to keep them driven and to keep them from seeing it as repetition or work, we show them the art side of it. And when a gentleman like you, of your stature, gets a nice tailored cut, and you're taking nice pictures, and you're able to show the operator or whoever's making it, whoever contributed to the project, look at these photos, look at this content. They'll be like, wow, that's why we do it.
I never even thought of it. Yeah. That's awesome. So it's almost...
It's very similar to getting tailor-made suits, but
yeah.
it's just for motorcycles.
Wow, what a trip.
Yeah.
Now, where do you see, because you guys been around since...
So the business started in 71. My dad and my mother started it. We had our actually brick and mortar here in 84, which was remodeled to this current building in 93. Wow. So we've been in business for 53 years now?
Wow.
Yeah.
And how do you see the future of Esponoza'S leather? Where do you see it? How do you see it?
Well, that's a mixed bag. So it's hard to say. Looking at, the generation now, of children, you could say from like 15 and lower, I feel like not a lot of them like grew up playing outside, riding bicycles, riding a dirt bike, riding a quad or anything like that. So I don't know, it's kind of hard to say, but with that being said, we do look for different avenues of ways we can do it. So we did the Mayans thing, we got into Hollywood with that. We got our break. We were able to provide the show with the vest for 5 seasons. We get presented a lot of cool opportunities. Like lately, we've been working with this high-end suit tailor, and there's talk where there's a possibility of us getting into a different avenue of high-end coats. So it's kind of tough. The children nowadays, they're growing up, with the social media, with the phones, with the games, and they're not interested in getting outside and getting their knees scraped and stuff like that. So it's hard to see the biker industry growing at this point. As it is, I feel like Harley Davidson as a whole and everybody in the industry, everything is down, and and we'll see where it goes.
Yeah, that's interesting. You said the kids and the games and all that, because riding a motorcycle forces you to be outside.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. But like when you're, when you settle for putting on an Oculus and playing a virtual game,
right.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a pastime, but there's nothing like getting on your motorcycle, zipping up your cut, and getting on the bike and getting that adrenaline of the wind on your chest and in your face, and meeting up a couple buddies and going to a destination. And the destination could be anywhere. You could just ride to the beach and have a cold one and kick it, but it's the memories you build, and you don't build that playing an Oculus. You know what I mean?
No,
you don't.
No, you don't.
The camaraderie, the visual stimulation of being on a motorcycle, it's completely different. And I wish that passion grows, and it's our responsibility to not only teach our kids like, hey, come ride with me, come for a ride, but also to disconnect. You gotta disconnect. You gotta disconnect all your digital form. I mean, your tech, all your technology. Disconnect and live life, dude.
Yeah.
Live life. You only have one, so have fun.
It's true. Some of the best rides are the rides like, say, the mountains where you don't get service.
Exactly.
You forget. You're so focused on riding, and
you
forget your phone's there. You forget, and you're just like, man, this is actually kind of nice.
Yeah. Even the horror stories on motorcycle riding. I heard a close friend of mine tried to go on a trip, and he caught 2 flat tires on the way there.
Wow, we really went there.
But even the horror stories are fun.
Yes.
You go back and you think about it, you talk about it, you're like, dude, like, can you believe that happened? At the moment, it's irritating and you're pissed, but at the end, you look back at it and you're like, dude, what a fucking day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's part of the journey. Yeah, exactly, dude.
It was the longest 16-hour. No shit. I didn't. Well, no, we're talking about me, obviously. If you follow me.
Yeah.
But it was one of those things where, now we're on that story, I spent more money getting to that point.
Yeah.
Than I probably would have all weekend.
Yeah.
So that was, and I wasn't mad at that. I was like, this what happened, and we're done. And you're right. It is. Yeah. It's quite, and I got to do it with some friends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like.
But looking back at it, like I said, at the moment you're invested, you're upset, but then now you can look back at it and we laugh about it, and you're able to share that story forever.
Right.
And these kids won't experience those things if they're constantly in technology. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Like the hiccups, they make memories, right?
There it is, you guys. Eric, thank you again, brother, for having us.
Of course, man.
Anything you want to leave them with?
Nothing, man. Just support local, support your local business. Check us out. Check out Big Bob. Check out Bagger Society. Invest in the community, man, so that this industry keeps growing.
I'm being blessed by Eric and Espinoza Leather with a custom vest, and we're gonna get measured up, and I'll show you what happens.
All right, man. We're gonna start measuring your neck. Coming around the neck.
We don't make eye contact.
No, never. Face me. Go ahead and put your arms down. Arms down. Interesting.
I don't know what that means.
Turn around, please. Hands behind your back. You know, like your fingers. I'm just kidding.
Got me all hot now.
All right, man. So for the cut, generally we do to about above the belt.
Okay.
For guys that like a little longer, we can go below the belt, like above the pocket line right here. It's really dependent on your comfortability wearing it. So we find that shorter cuts, when you're sitting on the bike, they sit more flush, right?
Oh, okay.
When you go longer, when you sit down, there's a chance of bunching.
Right.
So they'll push up a little bit.
Okay.
So we'll have you try one on and we can see where we go. It's Big Bob, dude. Every size looks like
a 5X.
Okay, so this doesn't necessarily fit you the width, but we want to take a look at the length there. So let's see.
I do ride shirtless in the summer, so I want my belly hanging out from riding.
Yeah. So you want to go? We'll go a little longer.
No, I don't know. Oh, I don't want to do the full, like you said. I want to do the full one down to the. Maybe like in between that.
Yeah. Okay. So we can add about another. I would say another inch or so.
Okay. So probably be right at.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
okay, that's
so
perfect.
right now it's above your belt line.
Right.
Okay. So we can go up to 2 to 3 inches longer if you want a longer cut, but I recommend maybe just like another inch.
Yeah. No, I just want enough to.
Because then it kind of looks sloppy.
All right. So what is it? What does a vest consist of as far as is custom and what you guys have in stock? Is it the same thing?
So we have the ability to provide a lot of in-stock semi-custom vests. So what we mean by semi-custom is it's not a plain generic vest like this. We have stock now where we have lattice stitching on them, which is the double diamond. What separates us from other companies that make vests is we actually hand do our lattice stitch. It's not a CNC machine, so what we do is we still mark these by hand with chalk. Then we run the stitching with padding underneath to give it that 3D effect. Each vest is different. Everybody is different with their perspective on how they want to design it. You know, we offer a multitude of colors. Probably have over 100 different colors. We have denims. We have different textiles. We have full grain leathers. We also offer cordura, which is a heavy nylon canvas, which is weatherproof, so it's good for if you ride in those states that you ride with rain a lot.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. Because I did the I want an inch more, right? I believe
Yes.
you did on mine. Yeah.
Yep. So when you come in, obviously you're a larger gentleman, so we have the ability to measure you out and make it to your specs as opposed to trying on just a standard XL, because you would be in between an XL and a 2X. It wouldn't work for you.
Okay,
You know, a
okay.
2X be too big. So being with the ability of tailor making, we make a cut just for you.
We're right now in the back of the store, and you got cuts, you got jackets. What do we got going on here?
So right here is all the cuts that we've made recently. These are all cuts that are pending pickup. Each individual cut was custom made for somebody, so we keep these separated from the store merch.
Okay.
We also do alterations on our stuff and other brands. We try to stray away from other brands, but you know, all this stuff is completed alterations that we've done, and again, pending pickup.
Let's go check out the workshop, guys.
Cool.
All right, so we're right here, and this is your actual workshop.
This is this is the cutting room. So we got Jesus, George, and Gio. These guys are in charge of hand cutting all the custom vests and jackets. As you can see, we have a multitude of materials, and everything is hand cut upstairs.
And these are patterns for...
We got various patterns. A lot of stuff we don't have patterns for, so we cut on the fly.
Now, what do we got here? I see a suit right here. What's going on with this thing?
Okay, so we're making a custom leather sports coat for David August. He's a lifestyle outfitter. He does a lot of celebrities and professional athletes clothing for red carpet events and stuff like that. So he asked us, he trusted us to make him a leather sports coat for one of his clients.
All right, so here, what do we got exactly?
All right, so I showed you guys the prefabricated liner.
Right.
We also do sublimation. So this is a old Harley painting that we're gonna put inside someone's cut.
Nice.
You just gotta send in a digital image, and if it's not pixelated, we could print it.
So this is for an actual cut?
This is for an actual cut.
Okay.
So we print it on a yard of fabric, then once we lay out the shell of the vest similar to this, we'll lay it out and we'll cut around it, make sure you get the whole image. Right here we got more bandana, but this is on sublimation. So the difference in material is that this is satin. It's a little silkier, a little more lightweight. Guys feel like it's a little more comfortable.
Especially in the summertime.
Yeah, but now we got a new secret sauce. So we started running sublimation on mesh. So if you need breathability,
check that out.
you can get the bandana pattern, but with holes in it, so that you can have a little more breathability.
Wow.
You're in Arizona, you're in those hot states, and then you know, little secret sauce right there.
He doesn't make it to Arizona.
Oh, I heard.
Doesn't make it to Arizona.
Speaking of Arizona, you guys like Dixon or Medina? We could run them in your cuts. Send in your flannel, it has to be your size or larger. We could run it inside your vest.
Awesome.